first question is, what is your happiest memory of Newcastle?
Oh, my happiest memory of Newcastle. God, I've lived here for 9 years, so let's have a think. Well, it's probably of being with my family in Low Fell, which is technically Gateshead, but it's sort of Newcastle. I don't know if I have a specific one, but just being around my grandma's house when she was alive and having like tea with lots of cakes and cups of tea and things like that. Just visiting her in general, I think, would be my happiest memories of Newcastle.
What is your first memory?
My first memory is being about 4 years old at school. I think I must have been there for a week, just sort of seeing what it was like, and just being really small and all the furniture being really big in the classroom. Yeah, just being in a classroom with lots of other little people, and I don't really know what we were doing, but I have a really strong memory of that classroom. That's quite old for a first memory, but I think I must have been about 4.
What is your favourite book?
My favourite book is... I've probably got a couple. I love Captain Corelli's Mandolin. That's one of my favourites. I read that when I was probably about 16 or 17. Really love that book. And The Time Traveller's Wife is another fantastic book. I've got 2.
What do you remember about your first home?
My first home was a big house in Nenthead, which is in Cumbria, where I grew up, and my parents had to sell it quite recently, just last year actually, which was really, really sad. And I loved everything about it. It was a big old house with a massive garden. It sounds really fancy, but it wasn't particularly fancy. It was just in the middle of nowhere, on top of a hill, in the middle of the countryside, and in a tiny, tiny little village. And it was a really, really nice place to be brought up.
What was your favourite childhood food?
Probably my dad's vegetable lasagna. For some reason, he always used to make it to cheer us up, or for some reason, if he makes it now, I still always am quite excited by the thought of a vegetarian lasagna, which is quite a strange one, but I think it was actually my favourite food. It had to be made by my dad. Yeah, I think that was it. Vegetarian lasagna.
What is your favourite place in Newcastle?
Does it have to be in central Newcastle? It would probably be, I really like Heaton Park. I've always liked Heaton Park. I like the shoe tree at Heaton Park. Anyone who hasn't been to the shoe tree should definitely check it out. It's hidden away and it's a tree with shoes on it. Yeah, Heaton Park's always really, really nice. Or Tynemouth, which is obviously just outside Newcastle. Tynemouth Beach is amazing as well.
You have now finished.